Hey there, welcome to the latest episode of Hiker Homily. Today we're going to be talking about bush crafting. And before I that's the hawk's nest is back. Our neighbors have two very tall palm trees in their yard, and in one of them, last year we had a mated pair of hawks. I think they're local Swainson's hawks, who built a nest, had a chick, raised it, and it appears that they are doing the same thing again this year. It's kind of cool. That's pretty neat. And fortunately, the hawk noises don't seem to bother my hens. My hens just know instinctively that they're safe in their run because it's fully covered on top and everything. So they know the hawk can't get to them, and they don't seem to be bothered by the calls. So that's actually kind of cool. All right, let's get back on the topic of bushcrafting. And like I said, before I get started, I want to do one of my usual caveats. I am not anti-bushcrafting. I absolutely am not. As is usual, what I am is pro-bushcrafting when done in the right way. If you eliminate your self-centeredness, your arrogance, your I can do what I want where I want attitude, and do your bushcrafting, yay! That's awesome. That's amazing, and the skills are incredible. It's becoming a lost skill for a lot of people. A lot of people wouldn't know the first thing to do when they get out there into the wild if they had to. The problem is we get a lot of bushcrafters, and unfortunately, the internet has kind of, I don't want to say accelerated it, but added to the number of people who just decide, well, I am not privileged enough to have my own land that I can do this on, or know somebody who has land that gives me permission to do it on. So I'm just going to do it on whatever land I want to, whether it's someone's private land and I sneak onto it without permission, or I go to the national forest lands and just start doing stuff, somewhere off of a trail. That's what I'm going to do. So in my book, that is not doing bushcrafting responsibly or properly. It just isn't. And it's unfortunate. I have a decent-sized backyard, as you can see, and we've done some really fun things with it. But yeah, I don't have the kind of stuff in my backyard where I could really do bushcrafting, unfortunately, and I don't own land like that. So it is unfortunate. But there are folks out there who just have this attitude of, well, the National Forest land is sitting right there. Unfortunately, the National Forest land, you just can't go out there and start chopping down trees wherever the F you want, even if it's off a trail. Some of these folks do it like right next to the trail sometimes and stuff. There's a few pictures I will put up of some of the kinds of things that get found in National Forest land, and it's just ridiculous. And again, I'm telling you right now, bushcrafting skill is fantastic, but you got to do it right, and you have to respect. I'm sorry if you want to be a master bushcrafter, but you live in an apartment down on 12th Avenue in New York City. Sorry. That doesn't mean you can take a taxi cab or an Uber to Central Park and just start chopping trees down and building your stuff. That's just not how it works. It's unfortunate you don't get to do it, but so it is. And it's for me, it's not really just a thing that because, oh yeah, I'm into leave no trace and stuff like that. It just seems to be common sense that I'm walking a trail like just off the Pacific Crest Trail, or one of those nice trails I go to all the time in the Sierra, and turn a corner and find out that last year the trees that were really nice and growing really well in this particular part and area have been chopped down, and some idiots lean-to is sitting there, and it's obviously been abandoned for a while. It's just something some fool did as a project, probably to film it and put it online, and then just left it there. All those trees killed, just so he can get a cool video, and then he just leaves it there as an eyesore. It's ridiculous, but unfortunately, that's the level we're getting at. Is you just get these folks who are acting just privileged, and it's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. The solution, I don't know. Set off a common sense bomb, I guess, on this planet, because especially here in North America, we seem to be at a low of people who have just common sense and empathy for others. That's really where it comes from. It's not just common sense. It's the fact that they have zero empathy for anyone else. They are the center of the universe as far as they're concerned and how they act. And so, too bad. You don't like the fact that I cut down these 8 trees so I can make a neat little half cabin and camp out here for one weekend and then leave it and never come back to it. Oh well, I had my fun. And just that kind of stuff is just ridiculous, but it's growing. That's part of the problem. That's why this country is in some of the issues it's in, is people do not think about consequences. They just do the stupidest things. And then when the consequences hit them, they scream about how the universe is unfair. It's like, what are you talking about? You pulled the rope that says don't pull the rope, and the weight fell down on top of your head. That's not the universe picking on you. That's you being a moron. Next time the sign says don't pull the rope, don't pull the effing rope. Anyway, that's my take on it. Bushcrafting. Good stuff, a lot of good skills there. I know some myself, definitely not an expert at it, but I can do a basic shelter and some of those kinds of things if I had to. I learned basic wilderness survival and things, and some of the bushcrafting skills, really great. But if you're just doing it to show it off online, and then you leave all your stuff in the middle of a national forest area or near a hiking trail and stuff, all the trees you've wiped out to do your fun video and stuff, you're just being an a-hole, and you should take a deep look at yourself. Those of you who agree, preaching to the choir, of course, but there it is. As usual, you can get a hold of me down in the comments below or at hikingforhealthca@gmail.com. Other than that, that's Hiker Homily for this time. And hope you enjoyed. The last video was a gardening video. Hopefully that was all right. I'm going to do now that we've got like most of our garden going here, I'm going to do a little tour video. Shouldn't be very long, but it'll be fun. And hopefully some of you aren't minding the occasional gardening content, because it is something that I do right now more than I'm doing hiking because of some knee pain and some family things that I have to deal with. I am not able to just get out there for a while and do lots of stuff. Hopefully this summer, my wife and I will be taking another amazing road trip that will include some camping and some fun places, even outside of California. But we'll definitely be visiting some fun places and things like that, and that'll be coming up on the channel. But yeah, for now, a lot of my time is gardening, and so I'll be putting that on the channel, and hopefully that's okay with some of you. Other than that, I will catch you all next time.